Hello, everyone. Welcome to Facebook Live with Mel Rapozo. Today is Wednesday, February 5th, 2020. Man, already February. Geez, 1 month gone, 11 more to go. And then thank all of you. Hey, Gemma, thank all of you for joining us tonight, giving up your evening as you do every week. I hope this brings some value to you folks and keep you guys thinking, informed, engaged. That's what this is all about. Zave and Anthony, Chris, my sister, all the way from Washington State. How you guys all doing tonight? I hope you guys can hear me and see me. I got a new router from Spectrum. So this is the first test. I'm hoping that it's going to go through the hour with you all without cutting off. Mila, Clayton, aloha you guys. Thank you. We're going to hang out a little bit, get some people on. Last week, we had a record number of views. We had 3,100 views, 3,100 and some odd views last week. Thank you all for sharing and spreading the word. Kelly, aloha Kelly, Christian, Hoku. What's up, brother Hoku? Hope all is well. Kawai Sons Hanamalu. Right on, my friend. Hope you guys enjoying your week, hump day Wednesday. Karen, aloha. All right, my sister from Washington said it sounds good. So if she can hear me in Washington, I'm sure you guys here on Kauai can hear me just fine. So we're gonna spend a couple of minutes and just hang out. Like I said last week, record number of views, 3,100. We're gonna try for 3,500. We're gonna run another contest tonight. Brian, what's up? I'm gonna wait. What's up? I'm gonna wait till a little bit more people get on, and then we'll announce the contest. It'll be the same as last week, except we're gonna randomly pick instead of going fifth from the last. We're gonna randomly pick. Peter Villatora, long time no see, my man. How's it going? I'm sure if some of you are the first time wondering what the heck is Mel going on live, Facebook Live. So let me just say that we do this every week for the new ones. We do this and we just talk about topics, what's going on locally in the state and nationally. Obviously, we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight because there's been a busy week, I guess, mostly on the national front, but I'm sure a lot of you guys are engaged as well. So we're gonna hang out about a couple minutes and then we'll get started. Patsy is on her way home, my technical assistant. She's on her way home. She was with the Zonta Club. She's a member of the Zonta Club. In addition to all the stuff that she does, she's on a Zonta, and they went out and fed the tenants or the clients that were at the KO transitional shelter, emergency shelter. So she's on her way home. She'll be home shortly. Hi, Jill. How are you? Helene, aloha. Thanks again, all you regulars that keep coming back. Appreciate you guys. So they fed about nice beard. Thanks, sis. Bethany, what's up? We got people from all over the country. That's one thing I like about Facebook Live, right? We get to share with people throughout the world, really. Amy, aloha. Tyson, what's happening? So about 20 children and adults that stay at that emergency shelter, and the Zonta Club went out and brought food and provided a very nice meal for them tonight. So thank you, Zonta. Aloha, Jill. How's it? Thank you to the Zonta Club, and of course to my wife Patsy, who is so giving and appreciate what they do. So again, thank you. We do this every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Sometimes we do them on Thursdays, but usually we try to keep it on Wednesdays unless we have some kind of special event. And like I said last week, 3,100 views. We're going to shoot for 3,500 this week. So what I want you guys to do, first of all, is like the video. If you can just hit that like button, like or love, whatever you want, and then share this. There's a button on your computer or on your phone where you can actually share this video, do a watch party. So you like the video, you share the video, and then send me a message on Messenger with your email address. And then when we're done the broadcast tonight, Patsy's going to throw all the emails in a bag, and we're gonna pull one, and you'll get a winner will get a $25 Starbucks gift card, and I email it to you so you get it tonight. Mele, what's up, Mele? Aloha, you guys. Thanks again. Last week's winner, Donna Nunes. Donna Nunes, congratulations, Dawn. I haven't seen her come on yet, but she was the lucky winner last week. Went to LA last Friday to film an episode of a true crime show regarding the Sandra Galas case. Yeah, it was Oxygen Network. They reached out to me. They wanted me to participate. I just didn't have enough information. I didn't work on that case much, so I didn't feel comfortable. But I'm curious to see what that will look like. Hey, Al, Nathan, aloha. Thanks, Celine, for sharing. Don, aloha, Don. So yeah, Bethany, we'll see what happens. See what happens with that episode. I'm curious to see how they put that all together. It's a tragic case for the community of Kauai. Angie, aloha. Keith, what's up, my man? Okay, so like the video, share the video, do a watch party, and let's see if we can crack the 3,500 mark this week. And don't forget, send me your email in Messenger. Okay, don't post it in the window. Put it in Messenger, and then we'll pick one winner tonight, and they will get a $25 Starbucks gift card. Billy DeCosta, Wild Bill, is on the call tonight. Beautiful. We're gonna have some fun tonight. We got some topics that I think will be interesting. Randy, what's happening? Mackie, aloha, you guys. I just hear Patsy just drove in, and my neighbor I think he's weed whacking right now, so I hope that doesn't bother y'all. Napa Kauhelo Li'i. What's happening? Happy New Year, everybody. All right. Again, this is a two-way street. So that message box is for you all to put your thoughts, your comments. If you have any questions, hey, please. I enjoy talking. Like Wild Bill there, Billy DeCosta, Portuguese. We like to talk, but we also like to engage. What's up, Marcus? Yeah, Billy D is in the house. I would love to see Wild Bill do a Facebook Live. I think it would be very entertaining. Maybe we can do one together, Billy. Maybe we can do one together. That should be fun. Kainoa, what's up? What's up? Yeah, some good stuff going on, and we're going to get started really, really quick. Anyway, so a couple of things. Again, Donna Nunes, congratulations. She won last week. Norman Hope, what's up? Again, like this video, share this video, do a watch party, and then send me a message in my messenger with your email address, and we'll pick a winner tonight. I did want to congratulate. I have been very critical over the years of the Garden Island newspaper, and I think many of you agree that that Garden Island newspaper had some serious deficiencies, I think, and they just changed over the leadership. Jessica Else, who's now the senior editor in charge, has taken over. And I got to tell you, the paper has improved significantly, tremendously. And I think I'm actually going to start reading that paper again. I have been reading some of the articles, and I got to tell you, hey, John, kai hui, aloha, Tony, what's up, Lynette, Osa, Koda, oh boy, I tell you, some old friends. Chucky Silence, 808 Chucky Silence, right on, man. Desiree, aloha, you guys. But yeah, Jessica, and I think Bethany can appreciate this, that she is now writing news that interests Kauai, things that are going on, interesting topics. So, hey, what's up, Cody? So I haven't taken the time to call Jessica, but hopefully she's one of the 3,100 people that watch this after the live. Remember, last week we had over 100 people live on while I was doing it, but we had over 3,100 views. So that means a lot of people are watching this after 8:00 p.m. And that's a good thing. So hopefully Jessica is one of them, and she'll understand that. She should hire you back, Bethany. You're an awesome reporter. I gotta say, Bethany, for the time that she was here on Kauai, was an excellent. I don't talk to the media. I don't know if you notice. Sometimes they pick up on what I talk about, but very few reporters that I actually talk to, because I can't trust them. But Bethany was one that I did, and looks like Jessica will be one that can be trusted. So, what are you making, Patsy? I'm not making Patsy anything. I don't know if you're talking about Valentine's Day. I'm not sure. So, anyway, I just wanted to say congratulations. Hey, Lynn, what's happening to Jessica and the Garden Island newspaper again? Hopefully it stays this way. Manny Henriquez, aloha, my brother. And and we can get that paper back on track, because it's so important, the media. And as we have witnessed over the last, we're getting into this, the impeachment. It's one topic that I purposely stayed away from. Through all these, I spoke of it a few times in very broad and general terms. But hey, Rob, what's up, buddy? But I wanted to talk about the impeachment because today was the vote. The trial is over. All right. And I'm not going to sit here and take sides. I'm not going to back anybody up or support anybody. My point is that the trial is over. The impeachment is over. I've been in probably several hundred trials in my life, in my career. Chief Raybuck. Aloha, Chief. I know Chief is in Washington, D.C. representing Kauai. So stay warm and stay safe, Chief. And we'll see you when you get back. Hey, Jerome. So, yeah, I've been involved in so many trials. Some of them go our way. Some of them don't. You don't always win. At the end of the day, you got to move on. Hey, Russell, what's up? You got to move on. And especially at the level of our Congress, you after you do a trial and you lose, you learn from it, you move on. You win, you learn from it, you move on. And it's time that, and I'm sorry because I keep looking at my notes because I don't want to get sidetracked too much tonight. But it's time for our Congress to get back to work and work for the people. I watched most of the hearings, or listened to it at least. Sonny, what's up, Sonny? I watched the closing comments. I watched a lot of today's session, a lot of the arguments, a lot of the comments, and it's no secret that that Congress is divided. What's up, Hope? How are you doing? But it is time now to move on and do the work of the people. Hey, Julie. There's talk about, Donald Trump refused to shake Pelosi's hand. Oh, Pelosi tore up the speech, which I did think that was pretty. I didn't think that was a smart thing to do. But she's going to suffer the consequence. Again, the fact that President Trump didn't shake her hand, I don't know what the problem. She just shook her hand. He didn't shake the vice president's hand either. I'm not sure what the protocol is. But my point is this: regardless of all of that childish behavior on both sides, it is now time to get back to work for the people. Can we all agree? Hey, Jolene, what's up? Billy, Addison, aloha. Charmaine, how you guys doing? It is now time for these people to grow up and move on. I spent 12 years on the county council with a few mayors. Hey, Jeanette. And let me tell you, at times it got pretty ugly. On the floor, it got very maybe argumentative. But once the issue was done, and I can talk about Mayor Baptiste, Mayor Asing, Mayor Cavallo, Mayor Kawakami. Hey, Janelle. Once the day is over, it's back to being friends, and it's back to working together. It's back to focusing on the next issue. This, in our Congress, it's the hatred of each other because of the party is really, really non-productive, and it's frustrating for us that are affected. Now, imagine if our Congress, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, whatever the heck we got up there, spent the same amount of time that they did on this impeachment. What's up, Mr. McDowell? And worked on the healthcare costs for our people, the high cost of prescription drugs for our seniors that's got to choose between the cost of medicine and food or electricity or gas in the mainland for fuel for their heat, or the drug abuse problem, the drug crisis. What about crime, infrastructure, housing, cost of living, homelessness? Imagine if they spent all that time together to focus on solutions. What's up, Richard? And instead of playing this silly power trip games that they've been playing, I'm talking to both sides. I have not heard from our delegation, our Hawaii delegation. I haven't heard, and maybe you have. And if you have, let me know. Put it in the box. What's up, Robert Beatos, Jason? Oh, Patsy just got on. I haven't heard a thing about the topics I just mentioned about healthcare. I'm not sure if they do town halls. I don't know. They haven't come here. I don't even know what they're doing as it relates to the issues that affect our people here on Kauai or in Hawaii. But Lord have mercy, I sure heard a lot of comments from our delegation about the impeachment. And it's so clear that the obsession. Okay, so that's done. That's done. Hey, Patricia, move on. Go ho male male, whatever you got to do. That's what I look at our Hawaii delegation. Hey, go share the aloha spirit. Go share the aloha spirit with all those people on the mainland. Bring everybody together and let's start focusing on the issues that affect and impact our seniors and our keiki and our people, our hardworking families. The billionaires and the millionaires, they'll take care of themselves. Let's start focusing on the issues that affect our people. And this goes out to both sides of the aisle. I don't care you're a Democrat or Republican. This should not be a partisan issue. Healthcare costs should not be a partisan issue. The prices of our medication shouldn't be a partisan issue. How can two sides, just because one is a Democrat, one is a Republican, not work on these things and not see the benefit for the people that they're supposed to represent? So again, I'm not going to get into the merits of this impeachment. My point is this. Hey, honey in BC, how you doing? My point is this. I've lost trials. I've won trials. I've been on the losing side. And you move on. That's what they need to do. All right. Enough of that. Enough of that. They won't move on. I can promise you that. They won't move on. This hatred on both sides of the aisle, we're going to continue. I heard Nancy Pelosi and some of the Democrats say that they're not going to stop. They're going to bring in Bolton. They're going to restart the investigation. And I heard one of the Republicans say, we're going to file an ethics complaint against Pelosi for ripping apart the speech on camera. Enough! Let's move on. Both sides. All right. Okay. Let's bring it back home. Last week I talked about all the legislative bills that were being put through or being proposed that was going to impact us fiscally, financially. I got a flyer in the mail. I don't know if any of you healthcare. Our senators didn't even know Honolulu Airport was an airport retrieval center for. Yeah, because they're too busy, Ed. They were too busy on the impeachment. Anyway, I got this flyer in the mail. It was from the state, from this Hawaii Road Usage Charge Committee or whatever. And it was a survey asking me how I felt about, hey, Paul Pancho and Sue Kanoho, aloha. How I felt about this new proposal that's going to change the way basically right now we pay a fuel tax. Everybody that puts gas pays a fuel tax per gallon. And currently the state charges you 16 cents a gallon. The county charges you 17 cents a gallon. So we pay 33 cents a gallon. When you look at that pump price, that's including a fuel tax of 33 cents as state and county. They are now proposing, instead of do away with the fuel tax, and they're going to propose a 0.008 cent per mile charge. See, what's happening is as the cars get more fuel efficient and as more electric cars go on the road, the revenue from the fuel tax decreases. So those funds are used for road repairs and road maintenance. So the state is coming up with this new method that's going to charge you and me and everyone else cost. They're going to charge you per mile that you drive. So the state's going to charge you 0.008 and the county is going to charge you 0.008. So you're actually going to be paying about 0.016 per mile. Now, I did some numbers. What's up, Ronald Barreto, Lisa Machado? And I just say if you have a 15 mile per gallon vehicle, my truck, the window said 22, I get about 17. But anyway, let's just say you had a 15 mile per gallon vehicle and you drove 12,000 miles per year. Right now, you pay $264 in fuel taxes per year. If you go with the road usage fee, you are going to pay $192. So if you have a gas guzzler, you're going to save about $72 a year in fuel tax. And if you drive about 7,500 miles a year, then you'll be saving about $45 if you have a gas guzzler. Now, if you have a 30 mile per gallon car and you drive 12,000 miles per year, you now pay $132 a year. The road usage fee will be $192 a year, so you'll get an increase of $60 per year. So while we're pushing everybody to go to more efficient vehicles, you're going to pay more. If you have an electric vehicle and you drive 12,000 miles per year, you don't pay any fuel tax because you don't use gas. You'll be paying $192, so you'll get $192 increase if you drive an electric vehicle. So it's kind of funny that the state is trying to push everybody to be more sustainable, get off of fossil fuel, and understand that they rely on this revenue. I don't know where those, again, we're not going to get into the debate of road maintenance and road conditions right now because I think we talk about that enough. My point is this, is they're trying to replenish or bring back the revenue that we're losing from the fuel tax. But this encourages me to go get a less efficient car, because a less efficient car will pay less than the more efficient car. I took these numbers right from the state. I went to the website, I did the survey, and hey, Chad, what's up? Rick, cousin Rick from Oahu. Poor guys in Honolulu, they got to drive a lot, I guess for me, the fuel tax, you drive more, you pay more fuel tax. If you put more gas in your car, you pay more fuel tax. But the way they have it set up right now, the use charge will be more expensive for those that have less efficient cars. Doesn't make sense. So we'll see. This is a scary part. I'm going to read it right from the website. What's up, Laurie? Another after midnight here. Gotta get some sleep. Aloha. Stay safe, Chief, and stay warm. Thanks for stopping by. Kamana Kainalu. What's up? And Clayton Kubo. This is what scares me. In the survey, it said, or on the website, it said the per mile rate could vary based on vehicle weight, emissions, and other factors. So I don't know what those other factors are. Robert Ford, what's up, Bob? All I know is that I am smart enough to know that if the state is going to be looking at other factors and emissions, I would guess that they are going to increase the use charge for the lower or less efficient vehicles. Sup, Mel? It'll suck for small businesses that drive a lot more. Yeah, Carol Lopez. What about the person that has 2 jobs or 3 jobs? What about the person that has children that they got to get to school and practice and other functions? What about those small businesses that, like you say, Chad, hey, Kevin, that's got to drive around all day, delivery trucks? I'm kind of weary, and I let them know that I did not support it. So I don't know how I ended up with a survey. They sent it. We have my mother-in-law's Toyota. It's an older Toyota. They say it has 30 miles a gallon. They go based off of the sticker. But they're going to track your mileage by your safety check. So when you go do your safety check, they're going to get your mileage. They're going to compare it to your last safety check mileage, come up with an average, and that's how you're going to get charged. The state is losing money on battery-operated cars. Yeah, and yet you have one guy up at the state capitol that's trying to push for no gas vehicles in 2030. So I don't, I think sometimes, they do things just to have an appearance that they're working for the people. But at the end of the day, if you look at all of the bills, it's about money. It's about generating more revenue for the state. Again, there's never a discussion about ways to reduce the cost of government. There's no discussion about how do we reduce the size and expense of government. There's no real discussion about how do we make government more efficient. Yeah, we have audits. The audits come back. Most of them are always scathing, and it talks about all the mistakes that we make. But there are no accountability. There's no accountability. Lenala and Evelyn, aloha. So that's just out. I just got the survey last week after last week's Facebook Live, so I thought I'd bring it up. I don't know how many of you got that survey in the mail. If you did, put a 1 in that box. Be interested to see how many of you got this. And what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about a per use versus a per gallon? Again, if you drive your car more, if you have a more efficient vehicle, you're gonna pay more. You're gonna pay more. Again, if you have a 30 mile per gallon vehicle and you drive about 12,000 miles a year, which is $1,000 miles a month, you're gonna see a $60 increase. So unbelievable. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see. I did want to talk a little bit because I have been getting a lot of texts and emails and about Rice Street. I've read all the posts. I've read all the upset people. And hang on real quick because I gotta pull something out here. All the upset people about what's going on Rice Street. What's going on Rice Street? So I'm gonna post the link. Hang on real quick. I gotta get this from my notes here online, and I'm gonna post the link right here. Hey, Jeanette and Cherie, would you ever consider doing a podcast or multi-purpose this right into? Yeah, I mean, Joel, I've been thinking about that all week. I want to change the way we do this. I don't know how. I've been on YouTube trying to find out. I just want to make sure I do it right. What I want to make sure, Joel, is we get the participation. I thought about changing the platform to Zoom, and do a broadcast live to Facebook, but then I got to monitor Zoom and Facebook. So I'd love to do a podcast. Hey, you can help me out. I know you know how to do that stuff. I'd love to do it. I'd like to change the platform. I want to get more engagement. That's what I want. But anyway, so yes, Joel, give me a call if you can tomorrow. Let's talk story. So anyway, here is the link. And the reason I'm going to post this link, did they put out an exempt list, DOT vehicles and so forth? I'm sure the government ain't going to, I'm sure they're not going to charge the government for the use. Okay, so I just posted a link, and that link is the entire Tiger Grant project on Rice Street and on Ho'olako Street and on Pua'ole Street. That is the resolution that was passed a few years ago. It's a complete description of the project, and the resolution, I believe, is 6 pages, talks about every single change that's going to be done on Rice Street or has already been done. Eli, what's up? Pay attention to page 6, because that's where the final votes of the council are. And you will see on page 6, you will see that there was only 1 vote against this project, and that was me. But more importantly, right from after page 6 on, there's a bunch of pages, probably 15 or so pages of the maps of every part of Rice Street. And interestingly, when we went through the discussion, we were told, what's up, Peter and Leo? What's up, Leo? What we were told was that there were going to be a middle turning lane. Yeah, they're going to go down to 2 lanes, but there would be a middle lane for turning as a turn lane. And the maps on the resolution clearly depict third or the middle lane as being the turning lane, the entire length of Rice Street, the entire length on the maps. Now, I've been up and down Rice Street for many, many times. In fact, now I avoid it, but I've been enough times where on certain segments of Rice Street, that there just simply is not room. As I looked at the map, it looks like it's going to be a shared use lane. So in other words, the two lanes that are going down towards the Willy Willy and the other one that's coming up towards Lihui are going to be shared. Hey, Kevin, going to be shared lanes. In other words, the vehicles will have to share that lane with the vehicle or with the bicycle. So that's going to be problematic. But more importantly is even with sharing the lanes with bicycles, I just don't see the available width to put in a turn lane. So I'd be curious to see how they have to follow the resolution. They cannot deviate from the resolution unless they amend it. And I checked with the county clerk's office on Monday, and there was no amendments to the resolution. So that means that resolution is the plans for the project. So I don't know how they're going to comply. If they do fit in that third turning lane, those lanes are going to be very, very narrow. Then you're going to have the parking, those parallel parking that you see, and then you're going to have the bicycles that are sharing the lane with vehicles. So I'll be curious to see how this thing pans out once they redo the striping to show those three lanes. Again, as I've said so many times, I hope I'm wrong with my analysis and why I voted against it for two reasons. Logistically, obviously, you went from 4 lanes to 2. And then the other part of it was I just don't know of any business owners that I've spoken to, and I've spoken to a bunch that was even thinking about moving to Rice Street. What's up, Dayla and David and Kayla? Aloha, you guys. So again, we're gonna have to wait and see, and again, hopefully it all pans out and it works well, and the road work gets finished, and it moves traffic along, and businesses return, and Lihui becomes a hustling and bustling, productive economic town for Kauai. I hope that's what happens. I just don't see it happening. All right. Okay, couple more things. Just read today, Star Advertiser, legislator proposes another decrease in the amount of marijuana that one can possess and not be a criminal charge. I think most of you, Dagmar, what's up? Most of you know my position on marijuana. 100% supportive of medical marijuana. I know the benefit. I understand the benefit. The CBD oils in hemp. I think I think we all know that there is a medical benefit that's been proven, and I've seen it work personally through family and friends of mine. But we are on this slow track to legalize marijuana for recreational use. Now, the federal government it's still an illegal drug in the federal government side. Hey, Rob, what's happening, Rob? But I'm going to read this because there's some quotes from Senator Rhodes up at the Capitol. He's the Judiciary Committee Chairman. Now, I'm kind of surprised that the Judiciary Committee Chairman, who should be aware of all the problems that we're having with drugs, and we're not going to debate whether or not marijuana is a gateway drug. If you go ask the drug addicts, don't read those fancy articles that you see on Facebook. Go ask the drug addicts if marijuana is a gateway drug, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Because I hate getting into debates and arguments. Hey, Larry and Julia, with people. I mean, there's studies that go either way. My point is, if you want to know the answer, go ask the people that are affected. So right now, it's the number is 3 grams. Okay, so if you have 3 grams, my dog Barkley is watching and listening intently and whining small kind. I guess he has an opinion. Hi, Barkley. I hope you can hear me, Barkley. So right now it's 3 grams, and if you get caught with 3 grams or less, it's not a criminal offense. You get fined. It's like a traffic ticket, a parking ticket. You go in, you pay your fine, and you're on your way. Senator Rhodes, the MORE Act will make it to the Senate for a final vote to remove it as a Schedule 1. The MORE Act will make it to the Senate for a final vote to remove it as a Schedule 1 drug. So I think I know what you mean. Anyway, Carl Rhodes is amending that, or he's trying to amend that to decriminalize possession of up to 10 grams. over 3 times the amount right now, making it punishable with only a fine. It was unanimously approved by the committee members. Of course, it's an election year. There's a lot of people that enjoy marijuana for recreational use. What he said was, quote, "My guess is that legalization for recreational use is probably a majority opinion at this time, especially if we taxed it." What's the common denominator that I've been saying for many, many weeks? What's up, Eric? Vernon, aloha. Money. See, they are looking at recreational marijuana for one reason. It's for money. Pamela, what's up? Again, and when I said this probably months and months and months ago, you know, when you make decisions based on the greed for money, then you lose the morals, the values, all that disappears because you're chasing the dollar. So all of a sudden you can convince yourself that it's not that bad. And this is what Senator Rhodes said. He said, quote, "It's just edging us toward what I think is coming. And I think if we actually pass it, the world wouldn't come to an end and people will realize that it's not crazy to go full recreational." Of course the world's not going to come to an end. Hey, Dwayne, what's up? Oh, MORE Act, I'm sorry, Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment Expungement Act, sponsored by Kamala Harris. Yeah, I you know, do I think it should be a Schedule 1? No. Do I think it should be legal recreationally? No, I don't. I think if you're sick and you have a disease that is covered by the law, then that's perfectly fine, and I fully support that. Cannabis remains illegal under federal law, but Illinois on January 1st joined 10 other states and the District of Columbia in legalizing marijuana for recreational use. The other states, Alaska, California, Colorado, Maine, Massachusetts, Michigan, Nevada, Oregon, Vermont, and Washington. Well, this is what I suggest. Yeah, if you talk to the marijuana stores, yeah, they're going to say it's working out perfectly fine. You talk to the government, they're going to talk about how beneficial and how much money they're making in taxes. But talk to the law enforcement people, talk to the social service people, talk to the people that have to deal with the casualties of legalizing marijuana in those states. That's where you get the real picture of the social impact, the impact that the society gets. Yeah, the government gets a lot of money and they'll blow it. Hey, Maynard, hey, what's up, buddy? And that's what I care about. You know, Kauai, we are suffering currently with drugs, crime. I mean, come on, man. You guys all posting on Facebook videos of people going in your garage, stealing bikes, stealing things right out of the back of a pickup truck at a service station. That's all on video. We got all of those things. We know what the drug problem. Now, some of you are going to say, well, that's not marijuana. I'm going back to my original statement. Talk to the drug addicts. Talk to the people that are recovering. Talk to the ones that are suffering and trying to get clean. And they will tell you. They will tell you. It's what they tell me anyway. And maybe it's just a coincidence. It's like prohibition. Once the government figured out how to profit, they made it legal. Yeah, again, Tyson, you're right, man. That's what they're looking at. But they know that if they go to full recreation, it's not going to work. So this is what they're going to do. They're going to go from 3 grams to 10 grams to 20 grams. And eventually it'll be recreational use in Hawaii. Like, we need that. We don't need that. The drugs are behind 90% of the crime. Chucky, I mean, yeah, ask Chucky. He'll tell you. Pam, what's up, Pam? So, yeah, interesting. So I understand a lot of people don't believe that marijuana. You know, people got to remember, especially people who come from my generation, and the marijuana of old is so different from today. The THC contents, the purity is so different. Hey, Steph, another reporter, Garden Island. I just spoke of that, Steph. Bombay, go watch this again. I just wanted to congratulate Jessica for taking over the Garden Island and actually making it a readable paper again. And Steph, you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. So, you know, people will say, "No, Mel, it's not that bad. It's not that bad." But like Chucky just said, you know, and will we all ever get rid of drugs completely? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Should we promote drug use by legalizing illegal drugs? Is that the answer? You could use that argument for prostitution and gambling. I know they're trying to legalize gambling as well. Go talk to the states. The law again. The gateway starts somewhere. Give a little start, looking for a higher high. Yeah, exactly. Kauai Electric was world renowned. Yeah, and yet the THC content of Kauai Electric and Maui Wowie and all that Kona Gold, that pales in comparison to what's going on today and what's available today. If you've never been in a marijuana or cannabis smoke shop, a recreational cannabis smoke shop, you probably need to go and see how they market these things. See how they individually wrap joints with 90% THC, where in old days 3%, 2.8%, 3.2%, and now it's at 90%. Some strains even 100%. Hey Stan, what's up? So we're talking apples and oranges when you're talking about marijuana from the 60s, 70s, 80s versus today. Again, ask those that are involved. Ask the law enforcement and the social service agencies in those states that have legalized recreational marijuana. I think then you get a different perspective. Now, those stats don't lie. Those stats don't lie. I think, everybody wants more money, so do I. But again, we should start looking at ways of reducing our spending rather than just going out and chasing the dollar and more, spend more money foolishly. Chucky says they have gummy bears. Yeah, they got it all. They got ice cream, they got cookies, brownies, gummy bears, lollipops, bubble gum. Chad, deal. It's so funny because the state is going over and above to control vaping. We talked about this last week, the flavored vaping, but they're considering moving towards recreational marijuana being legal. Hey, Sean, what's up, man? What's up? All right. A couple more things and we'll wrap this bad boy up. Again, thank you guys for joining us every Wednesday, 7 to 8. We're doing a contest. Last week we had 3,100 views over the week. Tonight we're about half of what we had live. Hey, Mona, Coley, I think a lot of people maybe thought it was on Thursday. So every week what we'll do is we'll give away a little gift card from Starbucks, $25. But you need to like the video, you need to share the video, and do a watch party. And then you need to message me in Messenger your email address. And then Patsy's going to randomly pick one, and then we'll email you a $25 Starbucks gift card tonight. So, yeah, I know, Maines. A lot of people thought it was Thursday, but that's okay. That's okay. Share it anyway, and people can watch. Like I said, last week we had a little over 100. Kimberly Souza, aloha. We had a little over 100 views live, but we had over 3,100 views over the week, which means 3,000 people. What's up, Shella and Kahealani, aloha. That means over 3,000 people watched this show last week after the live broadcast. Council election, donate where? Man, I got to tell you, man, I with what's going on, I almost want to run for state house. Oh man, I tell you, it's frustrating. Again, we really have no voice. And hey, Shelly, aloha. I think as this legislature, as I read what's coming about, as I read what's being proposed, again, let's get back to basics. When I coach football, we say, we're going back to basics. We're going to go back to basics. What's the basic necessities for our people? What's the basic needs for our people? Is it a new stadium on Oahu? No. Is it you saw the Blaisdell Center, Mayor Caldwell just announced that he's pulling the funding or the plan to renovate, completely renovate the Blaisdell because need more money for rail. But what do we really need? What do we really need? We hear a lot of talk. Hey, Jeff, we hear a lot of talk about affordable housing, and we hear a lot of talk about the homelessness. We hear a lot of talk about medical. We hear a lot of talk about the seniors. But when you look at the bills that are being introduced, yeah, we saw the initial hip, hip, hooray about the cost of living reductions. But then subsequent to that wonderful press conference, that wonderful love fest that we saw at the opening, right after that, you saw all the bills, the proposed bills that were going to cost us more money. You know, the driving in peak traffic, you're going to pay more. Now we look at this, the cost per use or cost per mile, you know, we're going to pay more. We're looking at taking our property tax for the DOE, we're going to pay more. We're going to take away from the counties and their ability to raise the necessary funds to take care of what we need to take care of. Mental health, thank you, Shelley. That one is big. Hey, Richard, what's up? Mental health right now, what have you heard anything about that? No, I haven't heard anything. Yeah, we heard about the 350 million. We talked about this last week. We heard about the 350 million for the fast track new stadium, but I don't know of any facilities being planned for Kauai for our mental health patients. I haven't heard that. So I guess that's where I think we need to go. The direction needs to be back to basics. That you know, it's not a campaign slogan. That's just reality. So, you know, we're weighing everything out. Hey, Morgan, what's up? Michelle, thank you for joining us again. We're weighing everything out. You know, sometimes I think, you know, just being on the outside and educating and informing, engaging people, maybe, you know, like a podcast or maybe even a weekly TV show, take over Vala'au's spot and just get the people engaged. And we need to let our elected officials know that we are watching and that somebody's watching. We got watchdogs out there that are watching what you do, and we're letting the people know so we can make informed decisions come election time. So we'll see. And again, you guys will always be the first to know on Facebook Live. Okay, so don't forget, as we approaching the end, like the video, share the video, send me your email in Messenger, and somebody will win the $25. Okay, and don't forget, next week, Wednesday, and we'll get to that because we're going to be talking about the outreach that we're doing. We'll get to that very quickly. I just wanted to cover a couple other things. The new article just came out. Hawaii ranked #1 in wage and salary workers. 23.5% of our salaried and wage earners in the state of Hawaii are union members. Now, I got nothing against the union. I just want everybody to understand that the cost of business in the governments are very high. 135,000 union members in the state. We are #1 in the country. Now, you know, we got to be aware that we got to pay our employees. And I think as the legislature starts to look at bills, as the counties start to look at bills, we got to understand that a chunk of our county and state budgets goes to salaries, a big chunk of it, a huge chunk, more than just a lot of money. But that's just something we got to deal with. So we got to make sure that as we start talking about raising taxes, raising fees, changing the way revenues are generated, that we got to take care of our counties, because the counties got to pay their county employees the wages and the salaries that are dictated by the labor agreements, the collective bargaining agreements. So don't take away our ability or our real property tax authority, or don't let us share it with the DOE. Is there a monthly meeting that the community can attend to discuss these issues with our public officials? Not that I know of. I've said it so many times. I wish more elected officials would do town hall meetings or, Facebook Lives. Take an hour a week, even if it's a month, once a month, and share with what's going on. Hopefully, again, hey, sweetie, what's happening? Hopefully with the Garden Island, and as I said earlier in the presentation or in the broadcast, that, they're starting to cover issues and news that impact the people. I think more people will get engaged. So in the meantime, I do my best trying to get to you guys what I believe you should know, and that you should start contacting your representatives and let them know how you feel. Rebecca, aloha, how you guys doing? So anyway, New York was the only other state in the country that reached the 20% threshold. Remember, we're at 23.5%. New York broke the 20%. They're #2, but that's the only 2 states that have over 20% of their workforce or labor or wage and salaried wage earners in the union. The public will speak out and make a difference. Can't reduce their pay, reduce their numbers. That's what I've been talking about, Larry. You know, it has always been my contention. In fact, when I ran for mayor, I said I was going to run audits on every department, starting with the mayor's office, and do an efficiency study to find out exactly what is needed. And understand that many of our employees are civil service. Understand, you just cannot fire them. But as people retire, that is where you have the opportunity to restructure your county or your state. When people leave, when they retire or they quit, it's called attrition. That is when you restructure. And yes, every single collective bargaining agreement has a clause in there that if the county or the state needs to restructure, there's a provision in there. And they have that authority and that right. And that's the way it has to be done. You cannot continue to expand and expand and expand. And that's what's happened over and over and over. But if, you know, we do an efficiency study in each department and come out with what, based on the tasks that are required for that department, what is the manpower necessity, and that is basically how you put your plan out for the next 5 to 10 years. It's not going to happen overnight. I understand that. Garden Island paper has a new good start, must cover politics. Yes, Ed, and I think we're going to see that from what I've seen so far. Bob, what's up? Clayton, Leona, through attrition. Absolutely, Cody. That's the way it's done. You cannot go in there and take on the labor unions and end up in court holding up productive changes in court. So no, you work it through attrition, and that's the best way to do it. Angie, what's up? Quick question. They need to close the Coconut Marketplace bypass. What do you think about that? I don't know which bypass you're talking about, Rebecca. I'm sorry. They need to close the Coconut Marketplace bypass. What do you think about that? Yeah, I'm not sure I understand. Reduction and restructure through attrition. Bingo. I definitely don't want the opportunity to negotiate a fair CBA taken away from me. And the very true why is the, yeah, I'm not suggesting that, Tyson, not at all. I'm not suggesting that. What I'm suggesting, though, is that we cannot continue on this pace, and we keep inflating the size of government. County and states throughout the country, that's what we do. You know, every time we get a new administration, we take positions away from one side to create new positions on the other side, without even knowing the efficiency standards for that department. We just keep doing it. Hey, Louise, I agree with Ed McDowell finally. Behind Plantation Holly. I wasn't aware that they're going to close that bypass, and I wouldn't be surprised because everybody's using it as a shortcut around the traffic. I think the solution is to open up the cane roads behind Mauka. I think that's the solution. That road behind Plantation Holly is private property. If I owned that road, I'd probably close it down just because it's a pain in the butt. Everybody's using that to cut through. So I didn't hear that they were going to close it. I can't imagine how, because you got all that hotels in there and the units that people need to use. So I'm not sure how they're going to do that. The side road by Aleka Loop. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how people would get through. I know that some officers have enforced those people cutting through, but I'm not sure. I really don't. No, it's not off subject, Rebecca. That's what this is about. If you got a question, put them in the box, and then it gives me something to research for the next time. So no, don't ever hesitate to put a topic or a question in the box. Please. That's what this is about. All right. Today they announced a new safe exchange zone at Kauai Police Department. This is right there by the flagpoles. There's going to be signs and a yellow curb. So this is a great. I got to commend Chief Raybuck and Mayor Kawakami for working together to put this safe zone. We get a lot of. Hang on real quick. Go to a county management system. We wouldn't have to change in leadership. That's one option that I think is going to be looked at again. They should make it one way going north. That's another option. Morgan, good job. That's good. So little activity on the Hanapepe Bridge. I wish I could speak for the state. I really can't, Vitos. I don't know what the heck is a hang up over there. I'm sure they have a reason or an excuse, but I just don't know what it is. BJ. So anyway, and we have many circumstance situations where, you have both parents that share custody, and they got to They got to hand off the child. I don't know, for lack of a better word. They got to exchange their children on weekends or whatever the case may be. And there always are some problems with that exchange. There's always some situations where things happen during the exchange. So what a brilliant idea. Again, Mayor Kawakami, Chief Raybach worked this together with both with the administration as well as the police department, and they created these safe zones. Now, the good thing about this is it's 24/7, it's lighted, and it's videotaped 24/7. Everything is on surveillance video 24/7. They're opening it up not just for child custody exchanges, but private property exchanges. If, let's say, you have a civil dispute and there's an agreement that, hey, you need to return that or you need to pay that, you can do it here as well. E-commerce exchanges, you talk about the change in times. eBay, I bought a TV from you at eBay. Well, let's go to the safe zone and I'll go pick it up over there. It's on video. All of that is recorded and documented. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant idea. Hats off to the administration and the police department, because I think it's just a super idea. Now, I know we talked about, I think Rebecca talked about, or someone asked about the community meetings once a month. And we talked about this last week. I told you guys I work with the prosecutor's office now. I'm the drug nuisance abatement investigator. But what we're doing for the last 2 weeks of February, and I talked about this, you'll see the flyers come up. In fact, I'm going to finalize the flyer tomorrow and post it up on my Facebook page. Hey, Thomas, what's up? We are going to go out, the police department, the prosecuting attorney's office, as well as Life's Choices with Teresa Koki, who's also in DC tonight. And we're going to go out to the community, and we are going to share with the communities across the island what you can do to help make our communities safer. There's no way KPD can do it alone. Obviously, the prosecutors cannot do it alone. Life's Choices cannot do it alone. I know that the West Side has an awesome neighborhood watch program, but there's a lot more that we can do. And we're going to take that out. There's Crime Stoppers. We've got a brand new app. We're going to have you guys download the app at the meeting and show you how to use it. It's completely anonymous. Once you send the tip, all records of your reporting is disappeared, gone. KPD, as I spoke, and they'll explain this at the meetings, but the KPD had an option of retaining the phone numbers, and Captain Paul Applegate said, we want this to be purely anonymous. You get a little tip code, a little code for your tip, and then you go to the website at a later time. It's the Crime Stoppers website, not KPD, to cash in for your reward. The reward gets sent to a bank. You only have a code number. You go to the bank, you give them your code number, you get your money. No one ever knows, so it's a great tool. Hey, Robin and Jean. There are suspicious homes up and down the road I live on. Okay, I'm going to get to that real quick. We have an awesome neighborhood watch program. Absolutely. So we're going to bring that out to the community, but really in a nutshell, Crime Stoppers, Neighborhood Watch. Awesome. Hey, Kaleo Perez, what's happening? And then the Drug Nuisance Abatement Program. Basically, when we are informed of a house, a residence, a condo that is participating in illegal drug use or distribution, we work with Vice, or myself, I work with Vice, and we go out and we do an investigation. If it is proven, if it's verified that there is drug activity in that house, we inform the homeowner. And the homeowner needs to take action to remove that drug nuisance from that house, or we enter civil proceedings to take the house. It sounds harsh, but again, it took us decades to get to where we're at with the drug problems throughout the country, throughout the world. But this is one way that we can at least give the communities an opportunity or an avenue working with us to eradicate your neighborhoods of these drug houses. So we are going to be on February 18th. We're going to be in Anahola at the neighborhood center. On the 19th, we'll be at Kilauea Neighborhood Center. On the 20th, we'll be in Hanalei Community Neighborhood Center. And then the following week, on the 25th in Waimea, the 26th in Koloa, and the 27th in Lihui. Crime Stoppers Neighborhood Watch. And we'll also have a segment on how to protect yourselves from this ridiculous amount of internet scams, phone scams, and all these things going on today. We're getting bombarded. Real quick, if you get a phone call from a number you don't recognize, don't answer it. If you get a text message about claiming, don't respond, delete it, don't deal with it. If it's important, if you win money, if you won the $1 million, trust me, you're gonna get a certified mail, or the person will leave you a message. Okay. If selling drugs, tell planning they come quick on commercial operations. I wish it was that easy. I mean, this is one way. It's working throughout the country. It's a federal law that grants the counties and the municipalities that authority. And well, I don't like taking houses away from people. If the landlords, the owners, Rox and Chris, if we cannot get them to eradicate the nuisance from their neighbors, then we gotta escalate. And I gotta be honest with you, I have a big dog security system for my house. That works. You just catch the bad guy on camera. Oh, the big dog. I understand. Hey, Shella, what's happening? So, I gotta tell you, as I reviewed all of the cases that have been, Cindy Ryder, my partner now, she took another position, so I'm taking her old position. All of the letters that went out to landlords, I got to tell you, they evicted all the tenants. All of the tenants, they didn't know. Landlords, the owners, didn't know it was going on. They were informed with the facts, and they evicted their tenants. Neighborhoods were cleaned up. Now, that's just one part of it. Crime Stoppers is a great tool. So we'll talk about all of that when we hit the communities. Again, we'll post that flyer as soon as I finalize it tomorrow, and I just ask you guys to share it. We want to jam pack the neighborhood centers. We want everybody to download the app on their cell phones that night and start sending tips our way. All right, it is 8 o'clock, 8:02 actually. So for those of you that sent me a message, your emails, Patsy's gonna go through the bag, and we'll find the winner, and then we'll announce the winner next week. $25 gift card from Starbucks. Arnold, thank you guys. We're gonna head out. It is 8:02. Another week. We'll see you guys next week, Wednesday. We may have to adjust the schedule because of the community meetings, but we'll figure it out. We'll let you guys know. Pay attention. Lisa Hirata, aloha. Thank you guys for joining us again. We'll see you guys next week, same time. God bless you all. Take care. Love you guys.